Yes, madam. So our students have asked us personally some questions. That the first
Mm-hmm.
one is the good news that we can share. The good news will be. Do you have anything to say about the opening of consulate office in Dhaka? The students are waiting for that to hear.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I can confirm to Bangladeshi students that according to the latest news, there's going to be a Hungarian consulate opening in Dhaka soon. The prepared opening of the consulate is next January. Obviously, nobody knows when the real operations will start, but we do hope that they can start their operations as soon as possible. Obviously, this pandemic is affecting them as well, but we really hope that they can start their operations next January. It's not yet confirmed. It was not announced in the news, but this is what we heard from other sources. It practically means to students that whoever wants to come for next February, it definitely means for them that they still have to go to Delhi if they want to have their visas done, if they want to receive their visas. Because going to a visa interview in January will be really late. And I don't think that this will be in full operation. I mean, the consulate will be in full operation in January. Okay?
Yes. So thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. And like we have some other few questions. So before that, so ma'am, do you have something to share from your screen about
Yes,
Budapest
yes, and
Metropolitan University?
yes, Barrack. So next time we should also have it clarified. But anyway, I'm happy to
Yeah.
share my screen with the students.
Yeah.
For the students, I will have some PowerPoint presentation. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, it's coming, I think. Like,
Okay.
uh, yeah,
All
not yet.
right. Can you? Not yet. Can you see a PowerPoint presentation?
Not yet, ma'am.
Hmm.
Maybe it's taking
Uh-huh.
time.
Okay.
I
So
think I can
ideally,
go offline. Yeah, now. Yes, yes.
okay. So can you see the
So we have got
PowerPoint
it. Yeah,
presentation? Wonderful. So I have the
yeah,
first
yeah.
screen on my screen, of the first slide on my screen. You should be seeing some students. Can you see them?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay, so this image wants to represent to students that we have a number of students coming from all corners of the world practically. If you take a moment to have a look at these students, you will see that they are coming from practically all corners of the world. I would like to point my mouse at this guy on the top of the screen. He's Mr. Mars. Mr. Mars is coming from India, Mumbai. And a few years ago, he was in the very same situation, in the very same shoes as majority of the students when they are about to choose the most suitable university for themselves. Mr. Mars originally wanted to go to Canada or the US, but when he went and entered the counseling office, and he was showing his documents and
Okay.
financial reports from his father, it turned out that his dreams might not come true soon, but he will most probably offer a position in Eastern Europe. And this is how the agency directed him to Budapest Metropolitan University. He was studying
Very good.
communication and media, and he soon became an intern at the university because we are offering on-campus traineeships to students. As part of his traineeship, he had to do various tasks. Among others, he was traveling in India several times with me, representing the university, and as you can see, being member of these photo shootings. Later on, we were so satisfied with his work and dedication that the international director gave him a position at our university. So by this time, Mr. Maz is one of my colleagues. He has the very same rights
Very
and
good.
duties, yes, as I have, having a company phone, a company laptop, and all the fringe benefits that I myself also enjoy. So I just wanted to start my session today by telling students that practically anything is possible. You can imagine a lot of things here in at Budapest Metropolitan. You can achieve a lot of things. And please remember the motto of the university that Budapest Metropolitan is opening up doors to students. And I will keep getting back to this motto from time to time. But before we start the session and my introduction about Budapest and Hungary, we have to stop for a short moment to have a look at the coronavirus situation here in Hungary. You have to know that in Hungary we are facing the so-called second wave. It means that we have another huge number of people or higher number of people being affected. But our government has clear plans how to tackle the situation, and the most important for them is the life of people. So they have a clear plan of how to save the lives, so to say. In the first wave, Hungary was chosen the 14th safest country in the world, making us the fourth safest in Europe. So very importantly, I have to tell you that as compared to Bangladesh, life has been and still is really cozy here in Hungary. Although we have to wear the masks, we don't feel the danger around, really. So why Hungary? Why choosing Hungary? When you are making a decision, you will have to consider a lot of factors. I will be giving you some guidelines what to consider, and I will be giving you a lot of images so that you can have a look at how Budapest and how Hungary looks like. So why choosing Hungary? As you can see, Hungary is located in the very heart of Europe. We are surrounded by a number of countries, and just let me point my mouse to Budapest. Here you go. If you travel 1 hour by plane, it will take you to Germany, somewhere here in Munich. Traveling 2 hours from Budapest will take you to Paris, which is located here. 3 hours will take you to Madrid, and 3.5 hours, or a bit more than, or a bit less than 4 hours, will take you to Lisbon, which is practically the edge of Europe. So, as comparing Europe to Asia, everything is smaller here in Europe, and this is going to be really important later on. So, why choosing Hungary? Hungary is a member of the European Union, also a member of the Schengen zone, and part of NATO. From all these, I would say students enjoy the benefits of being a member of the Schengen zone the most. It's also really important to understand that once you receive a visa, it will enable you to enter Hungary. So with the visa, you can enter, and then you will receive a so-called residence permit, which is a plastic card, and this will enable you to travel freely in the Schengen zone. So why choosing Hungary? Let me put you some facts and figures. In Hungary, students are allowed to work 20 hours per week, and they can earn something like 500 euros per month. 500 euros will have two parts. One half of this will cover your food and living expenses. The other half will cover the dormitory expenses. A bit later on, I will get back to dormitories. Hungary is really affordable country, offering you a Western European way of life and possibilities. And the country offers you a stay back option of 9 months. I encourage everybody to stay tuned, stay with us, and I will tell you how can you expand this 9 months stay back option to as long as 2 years. But before I give you this news and I tell you how to make it possible, let me show you some more images, mostly from the countryside of Hungary. Obviously, Hungary is offering a rich culture. I have put you some images so that you can see what we are really proud of. But getting a bit closer to Budapest Metropolitan University, I would like to show you some more images about Budapest as well. But before the images, I have to tell you that we are really proud of Budapest. The city itself is receiving a number of awards from time to time. 2 years ago, for example, top universities chose us the most affordable city for international students. It's not by chance. It is because of the low living expenses I already mentioned and the good services that Budapest universities are offering and Hungarian universities are offering to international students. So all in all, Budapest is a very good value for your money city. Also, as the award of TripAdvisor for 2014 suggests. As promised, here are some images for you. Budapest by night. This is a a tram. This image was taken during Christmas time. And also I have an image of for you with the Fisherman's Bastion and also Széchenyi Thermal Bath. Also, St. Stephen's Basilica and the Budapest Eye and the wonderful image with the sunrise of Chain Bridge, which is one of the iconic bridges here in Budapest. So getting even closer to Budapest Metropolitan, this is the first image I have about the campus, about the university for you. This is what we call the round building. Majority of the major classes are happening here on campus. Budapest Metropolitan is the biggest private university of Hungary. We have 6,500 students, and out of these 1,200 students are international, coming from as many as 100 countries. So let's see where these students are coming from. As you can see, the majority of the students are coming from China and Turkey. China is not by surprise. Turkey has some historical connections to Hungary. That's why they simply love us. I really don't or can't use any other word. If we look at Bangladesh, you will see it here. Approximately 2% of our student body is coming from Bangladesh. So it will typically mean that if you want to hang up with other Bangladeshi students, you will have the opportunity to do so. However, you will also be able to meet students from practically all corners of the world. So by choosing Budapest Metropolitan, as mentioned, we are the biggest private university of Hungary, with the largest art institute in Hungary, offering the highest number of art-related programs. I know that these are not really popular among Bangladeshi students, but we would love to welcome more of them in these programs. We offer 24 full degree programs fully in English, and we have 200 plus international partner universities. We offer the possibility to learn as many as 12 different languages free of charge. And please stay tuned because I will tell you why these partner universities and why studying languages free of charge is really important at our university. But before we go on with that, let me start telling you about the first very specific program and offer that we are promoting to students. This cooperation, I would say, is the answer of Budapest Metropolitan to the COVID-19 challenge. We have teamed up and started a collaboration with the Northumbria University, and the collaboration simply means that students are coming to Budapest Metropolitan. They spend 2 years, the first 2 years of their studies here. They spend the lower living expenses. They pay the low tuition fees of Budapest Metropolitan. And after 2 years, they come to a turning point. If their English is good enough to shift to the London campus of the Northumbria University, if their finances improved a lot during the 2 years, they can shift to the Northumbria University to their London campus. Northumbria University is giving a massive discount of 25%, and at the end, students will receive a British degree. So to summarize this program, if you feel now that you badly want to go to the UK, but you have a lot of concerns, you have fears regarding the Brexit, you don't know how the COVID-19 challenge is affecting Britain, but you really want to start your overseas education at a low and affordable price, we suggest you to come to Budapest. Stay here for 2 years, and at the end of the second year, you may decide. You may want to stay here in Hungary and finish your Budapest Metropolitan degree, or you want to shift to the London campus of Northumbria University with a massive discount. If you stay here, you will have to spend an additional 3 semesters, which is 1.5 years. If you go to London, only 1 year, so 2 semesters will be waiting for you. So don't forget about the discount. Also, you may remember I promised to give you how to extend the 9-month stayback option to 2 years. It's really easy. If you go to London, you will be eligible for the 2-year post-study visa, even if you only stayed in London for a year. So this is a very teasing option. Please remember my words, as I mentioned at the beginning, that Budapest Metropolitan is opening up doors to students. So if you want to stay here in Hungary, just stay. If you feel that your dreams is in the UK, just shift there. Another possibility you can see in the right corner is a SEMA Business Purpose certificate, which is suggested to business students. And this is a certificate that is pretty much sought after by major companies across Europe. And now let's start talking about the study programs in more detail. The first slide is about the art-related programs. Again, I have to emphasize that I know that students are not really into these, but the university is really proud of the animation, graphic design, and also media design programs. So that's why I wanted to make sure that you can have a look at these at least once. But let's go on and focus on the flagship program of the university that will attract the most Bangladeshi students, which is business administration and management. You can see the prices here, you can see the start dates, and I want to confirm that, as you can see, we also offer a February start to our students. From this slide, I would like to point out tourism and catering, which is still number 2 among Bangladeshi students. Later on, you will understand why. Those students who already have a bachelor degree should have a look at this slide. The first few programs are designed for for art students. The next one is communication and media. We also have 3, which is business focused, management and leadership, marketing and tourism management. And we also offer MBA to our students. You can see the prices. And as you can see, most of the programs start in February and September alike, except for the art-related programs. If you started talking about money, I would like to mention that Budapest Metropolitan is offering scholarships. If you count, we are offering as many as 7 kinds of scholarship. Today, I would like to talk to you about the first one, which was the Matthew Excellence Scholarship, because this one is available for the newcomers. So only, or even before you are coming to the university, you are offered a scholarship. how can you run for this scholarship? So practically anybody who is applying to our university can run for the scholarship. We only ask you to mention it on your application form, and also mention it during the Skype interview that you are running for this scholarship. If you are running for the scholarship, you will have to do the very same Skype interview as all the other students who are not running for the scholarship, but we will be making a decision based on your transcripts, your Skype interview, and considering an overall factor. Those students who won the scholarship will be given 1,000 euro from the first year, 1,000 euro discount or scholarship from the first year of their studies. Also, students who won the scholarship will have the possibility to get this scholarship in their second and third year. Again, the price will be, or the tuition fee discount will be the same, 500 euro per each semester. So you can account for the very same scholarship as all through your university years. I promised to show you some images about the metropolitan dorms. Here they are. As you can see, they are really nice, cozy, offering a nice accommodation to students. Maybe you remember that the average living cost in Hungary is 500 euros, and I mentioned to you that half of the fees will include accommodation. As you can see, a typical room the price range will vary between 210 and 350 euros per month. Students are typically living in double occupancy rooms, but we also offer single and triple beds in the same room. So let's start having a look at the application procedure. What are the required documents? Please remember that we will need your passport and all the transcripts that you have at this point. I want to keep emphasize this because I understand that some of the documents might be provisional. Don't worry, we understand that printing the documents may take time, but don't worry. Submit all the documents that you have. Eligibility criteria. Let's start with the one that I already highlighted, which is ielts. Please remember, it's not mandatory. So don't panic if you don't have the ielts documents because you are not required to have them. Later on, you will understand why we don't require this, but at this point, please remember that it's not requested. I also put some age limitations. Please bear this in mind. These are the age limitations put forward by the Hungarian consulate. You should also remember that there should be no failed subjects in your transcript, and also you should have an understanding of the field that you want to study. So as I promised to you, let's have a look at the Skype interviews. It will have three parts. The first part, it will be about your family, hobbies, daily routine. So I might ask, how are you? What do you plan for the weekend? What were you doing during the weekend? How is your family affected by the COVID-19 challenge? What were you doing during the lockdown? So we really want to get to know more about you. In the second part of the interview, which is going to be the most important, and this is what you will have to be prepared for, we will ask you about your personal motivation. So we will ask you, why do you want to come to Budapest Metropolitan? And please remember that we are putting the question, why do you want? So I'm not interested in answers like Hungary, good country, Hungary people, good people. So in these sentences, it's not grammatically correct, and you are showing a very limited vocabulary. And now I want to refer back to the previous slide in which I told you that IELTS is not necessary. Yes, IELTS is not necessary, but this is going to be a bit like an IELTS exam, because we are also assessing your English, why you are talking about your motivation. So please remember that the key to get acceptance to any university, I would say, is to persuade the interviewers that your English is absolutely good. You can communicate fluently in English, no problems. If somebody is asking you something, you will be able to react and you don't make any mistakes in understanding what the other is saying to you. Also, really importantly, let me give you some examples of what kind of questions you might expect. You remember that I told you that majority of all students want to study business administration and management. Let me tell you some questions that you might hear from us during the interview. So I might want to tell you that, okay, so just imagine that you are a businessman and I'm giving you 10 lakh rupees, 10 lakh takas to do whatever business you want. What kind of business would you start with that amount of money? Would you start your business now or would you wait a bit longer or after the COVID-19 challenge is over? Would you trade with goods or services? How can you find business partners to your company? Just imagine that you live in Dhaka and you want to trade with Chittagong or Sylhet. How can you find business partners there? Mm, what kind of challenges do you think you will face in the first uh, months, first 3 months, and first year? How can you counterbalance these challenges? I might ask, do you know somebody who is a businessman? How was his business affected during the lockdown? And so on and so forth. So as you can see, I have hundreds of questions that I can ask, and based on what I can assess your English, and also I can assess your knowledge about businesses as such. Regarding tourism and catering, I might say that, okay, I'm a tourist from Europe and I'm going to stay in your city. Which hotel would you suggest to me to stay in? Why? What makes a hotel 3 stars? What makes a hotel 5 stars? Can you tell me the differences? Just imagine that we are entering together the lobby of a 5-star hotel. Can you please describe me the lobby? Again, please remember that we want to find out if you know the terminology, you know how to describe a lobby. And then I will ask you, for example, I'm a guest at this hotel and I have some complaints. What complaints do you think I can have? And at this point, I'm waiting for the students to name at least 3 or 5 typical guest complaints. And then we are acting out one of these complaints. I am the guest, and you are the front desk clerk or the receptionist, for example. For example, I'm complaining about noise coming into my room. And I want to find out how politely you are responding to me. What kind of responses can you give me? So based on this, as you can see, it's nothing academic, nothing that you were studying from the book, nothing that you were studying during your high school years. No, this is not what we want to find out. We want to find out if you have some understanding of the field that you want to study. And you can persuade us if you have a clear understanding of tourism and clear understanding of businesses or whatever academic program you want to start. And you could see the questions of part 3 all the way through. I was showing you this slide. Why? Because this is also really, really important. They will ask you about Budapest and Hungary. What do you know about the city? Why do you want to come to Hungary? So again, please remember the key is persuading us and persuading the visa officers later on that you really want to come to Hungary. If you cannot persuade them, it will result in a visa rejection. It's for sure. Okay, so this is going to be a major point. You might be missing my images because I haven't shown any images for some time. But I guess this is the image that we might not be expecting. But this image symbolizes a mathematical test. So part 4 is going to be an online mathematical test based on high school mathematics. Please remember that business administration is heavily loaded with mathematics. Also, tourism and catering have a lot of mathematics involved, so we have to test the math skills of students. Please remember that it's really important. If you fail the maths test, it means that you will not be given acceptance for university. If you, however, manage to answer our questions, manage to pass the interview, we will be issuing you the conditional acceptance letter. I have made a calculation of how much money you will have to pay. So if you are a bachelor applicant, you will have to pay between 5 and 6,000 euros. If you are a master student, you will have to pay between 6 and 7,000 euros. Please remember this. Also, when we are talking about the consulate and bank statements, please remember that above these amounts of money, the consulate and the embassy is expecting you to have at least 10,000 more. So 10,000 more euros on the bank statement of your sponsor. If you have made a fresh transfer, it's going to end in rejection because they are saying that the money has been, let's say, borrowed from a relative, so they don't believe it's available on the long run. So it's going to be extremely important to cooperate with us regarding the visa requirements as well. But I also have some good news for you. Whoever is viewing or watching this webinar today will be entitled for a 10% discount from the first semester fees. And to make it more teasing, we are offering an extra 10% discount if you are making it before the 15th of October. Okay. So altogether, 20 discount if you are making the payment until the mid of October. All right. So let's talk about the visa assistance service that we are also offering. As I mentioned to you, the visa is a key part of your acceptance. We offer a mock visa interview, which is going to be modeling the real visa interview that you are going to face with the visa officer as well, either in Delhi or in Dhaka. As mentioned, we are also undertaking to check the documents before you go to a visa interview, and if possible, we will be fixing the visa appointment date for you. By choosing Budapest Metropolitan again, let me get back to you with two more programs that we are offering to our students. I'm showing you 10 universities on my screen, and you may remember that I mentioned towards the beginning of my presentation today that we have over 200 plus partner international universities. So let's have a look at these universities. The first two is located in Germany, UK, Denmark, Netherlands, next to in Spain, Ireland, France, and Switzerland. So what makes them, or what is common in these universities, that they are our partners. If you come to Budapest Metropolitan, you will have the possibility to study at these universities as well. So how is it possible? It's getting possible with the Erasmus Plus exchange program, which is offered to you as a complete package. So let's see what it exactly means. You may remember that I also mentioned that we offer the possibility to study languages free of charge. The most popular languages that Bangladeshi students opt for include German, French, Spanish, and Swedish. Students can have 4 classes a week, absolutely free of charge. And in the first year, they start their normal study program, and parallel with that, they can start studying these languages as well. Very, very importantly, if you are here in Europe, knowing foreign languages is really, really an asset. If you speak a bit of German, I'm not saying that you will be able to work in Germany, but definitely it will give a boost to your career. And what typically students do in the second semester, second year, they go for an exchange semester. What does it mean for them? They will be paying the low tuition fees of Budapest Metropolitan, but they go to a university which would be charging a lot more. To make the program more teasing, this comes with a scholarship of approximately 500 euros. So you will be receiving 500 euros each month to relocate to another country and to study at another university. What typically students are doing, and as I mentioned to you, and I have put you the most popular languages, in the first year they start studying German. I'm not saying that the German language skills will be excellent, but still they can join or they can go to Germany and they will be studying in English. It's very important that they will be studying in English. Majority of our students can work in Germany, have their roots or set their roots in Germany. If they want, naturally they can return there. So this Erasmus Plus exchange program is a wonderful opportunity to our students to maximize their European presence. The final program I'm going to talk to you about today is the Florida Gulf Country Club program. Our partner in the US is Frenchman's Creek. And you might remember the story of Mr. Mars I shared with you. He also badly wanted to go to the US or Canada when he was deciding or when he was contemplating which university to go to. And again, this program is ideal for those students who really want to go to the US now, but maybe Mr. Trump is saying no to them. Maybe they are upset or worried about the COVID-19 challenge, or some other reasons. Maybe their English is not good enough, or the finances are not acceptable for the US. So for these students, we are offering to come to Budapest Metropolitan, spend their bachelor years here in Hungary, and then go to the US at the end of their program. You may remember that I mentioned it many times today, that Budapest Metropolitan is opening up doors to students. Just remember Mr. Maz, remember the Northumbria University program when you can spend 2 years here and then you can decide if you stay here or go to the UK. Just remember the universities I have shown you on the previous slide. And remember, 200 partner universities are waiting for you. And also, finally, remember the fourth program, which is offered to tourism and catering students. You will remember that because I gave you the examples of what kind of questions I will be asking from tourism students. So this program is ideal for you if you want to have some European exposure as well, you want to study overseas, you want to come to Europe, but later on you might decide to go to the US. So this program you will need the J1 visa that we can help you in managing or having it done from Budapest, and you will be earning $8.25 per hour. But you don't have to worry about food and accommodation because everything is going to be provided for you by the resort. Naturally, the career objective is really clear. You will receive a US experience. You will have all the chance to retain your visa after this 1 year traineeship period and the Gulf Country Club program has expired. So again, as a summary, I would like to mention it and make it clear for you that Budapest Metropolitan is opening up doors to students. We are offering a number of possibilities. And please remember is that Budapest is also is offering these programs at a relatively low price. And finally, let's have a look at the frequently asked questions. We started with the question of the Hungarian embassy in Dhaka, and I also want you to think about your own questions. But before that, I would like to highlight some of the typical questions that the students really have. So, will the university start classroom teaching in February? I would say that nobody knows this. Inshallah, we can start the classroom teaching, but there's a high possibility that we will be forced to start online. Nobody knows at this point. So what should I do if I cannot submit my visa or if it's not granted in time? For all these students we are offering to start online, I can confirm to you that we have a number of students from Bangladesh who have started their studies online. They never they never go to Delhi. So it means that they could start their studies without a visa. It's really important that you should understand this. Even if you cannot go to Delhi because the Dhaka embassy will not be open by the time you have to do your visa. Even if you don't have a visa, you can start your online studies. And this is actually what majority of our students did, and they are already among our students. So what will happen if the borders are still closed in February? We hope that the Hungarian embassy in Dhaka will open, but still, if not, we encourage students to start online. Will I have the same courses during online learning as if I was present in person? Yes, absolutely the same courses. What happens if my visa application is rejected? Well, in that case, we will be most sorry. We will deduct some money and then we will refund you. The deduction is going to be 450 euros altogether. So 450 euros of deduction, and all the rest will be refundable to you. What happens if I complete the whole first semester online? Well, this is going to happen to many of our students that they are doing the September semester fully online. So we will be issuing them a transcript. And with this transcript, they can go to the relevant embassy. And my final question is, what are the benefits of starting my semester online instead of waiting until the travel restrictions are lifted? So we say that starting online is the best decision. Why? Because you will have a clear history of European studies, and this will clearly show the embassy that you are dedicated to study at a European institute. It's really important that we understand that following the classes online is an effort from each and every student. Also, you can improve your English by following the classes online, and we clearly believe that students who started their semester online in September, by the time they go to the embassy, their English will improve, their communication skills will improve a lot because they are forced to talk in English and to communicate with their peers. And also, they will be able to persuade the visa officer that they really want to study at Budapest Metropolitan. So this is what I wanted to share with you today, and I wonder if you have any questions for me.
Yes, so thank you for your long speech, and I think so many questions are clear.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many questions are answered by this time, and it's great. So we have the power to talk a lot.
Yeah, I can see that Imran already asked me, do you accept Duolingo language test? Well, we do accept them, but it's not necessary. It's not needed. Even if you have the Duolingo language test, you can upload that. But we will test your English during the Skype session. So don't worry.
Okay, so one relevant question that I have received, if a student has a good IELTS score, at that situation, will you again take Skype test or like will you judge him again?
Yes, we will take the Skype test with every student because based on what I gave you, what I told you, you understand that the Skype test is about the personal motivation. So English, assessing the English language skills of the student is just one part of the Skype interview. More importantly, we want to find out about the personal motivation of the students. Okay?
Yeah, so thank you. So one more thing I want to make clear to the students, like the students wants to know, like there are so many subjects you are dealing with, like you are teaching at your university. So in case of maths, is it a must each each student, like to be in Skype test, or is it like subject wise?
Yeah, so it's really easy to remember because whatever is putting or wherever you can see B as C in the abbreviation as an abbreviation, so Bachelor of Science as an abbreviation in the program name, there will be a mathematical test involved. Why? Because students will be studying mathematics, microeconomics, macroeconomics, calculus, and statistics. If you don't like these subjects, I don't recommend these programs for you because they're heavily loaded with mathematics. Just imagine you cannot become a businessman if you don't like the numbers because you have to calculate all the time. You have to be able to calculate percentage in your heart without using the telephone because it would look really odd or silly during a business conversation or business talk when you are talking with your client. Okay, I'm giving you 10% discount and you need your phone to calculate how much is 10%. So we expect this from the student to know. I'm not saying that the mathematical test will be really, really complicated, but it will measure the basic skills, basic mathematics and calculating skills of students. And also, please don't forget that even at the embassy in India, students have to fill it in an on-the-spot mathematical test. It's not as threatening, and I do believe that the same will be happening in Dhaka as well. So it doesn't matter where you are taking the visa interview, the expectations, the requirements will remain the same. So you may expect that there's going to be an on-the-spot mathematical test in Dhaka as well. Okay.
Yeah, so thank you. Yeah, thank you. One more thing, like that, these are the questions from the students. Actually, the students have so many questions before before making final decisions. So they
Yes.
even ask like, does Metropolitan University offer installment facilities to the students before
Sorry, I
or
couldn't.
after having visa anytime, like in first year, any semester?
What kind of facilities? I couldn't catch you.
Like, yeah, installments.
Installments. What do you mean by that?
That indicates like they are paying that tuition fee in 2 or 3 times,
I
not in
understand.
one.
I understand. Okay, no, I understand.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's make it. Let's differentiate it. So before they get to our university, so before they get the visa, students will have to make a lump sum payment for the first year. Okay, first year payment. Remember, I made a calculation for you. So bachelor students will have to pay between 5,000 and 6,000 euros. Master students, on the other hand, will have to pay between 6,000 and 7,000 euros in a lump sum. This should be paid in a lump sum. When students are here and they are in the second year, they can take one semester tuition fee in 2 installments. So if the semester fee is 2,300 euros, they can pay 1,000 euro and then again 1,000 euro, something like that. So later on, they can make this installment payment, but not before they enter the country. Why is it so? Because the Hungarian Immigration Office is checking if the student have the necessary financial background to get admission to Hungary. Okay.
Yes, thank you. Yeah.
I can see a question from Ryanul Islam. So how many days it will take for full progress? So let's imagine that you are submitting your documents today. Today is Tuesday. We will be getting back to you in a day. Then we will be inviting you to a Skype interview. So most probably you can have your Skype interview sometime in the first part of next week. We will get back to you with the conditional acceptance letter in 2 working days, not more. So by mid next week, you will have an offer or a rejection in your hand. So we are really, really fast, I would say.
Yeah. So one thing, like, do you have anything to share about study gap?
Study gap, yes. So a few years of study gap is accepted, but the student should be able to argue what he was doing during the study gap. So if you tell me that, okay, ma'am, I was attending an IELTS preparation course, definitely I will be asking you, okay, so where did you attend this course? What was the name of your lecturer? What book did you use? So I'm trying to find out if you are lying or not. Because believe me, if students are saying, ma'am, I was studying IELTS, and I start asking these questions, and at one point, students don't know what to say. So it will be absolutely clear for me that the student was trying to lie to me. Uh, Please remember that you should never lie. Believe me that we can check if you are saying the truth or not. And if you lie to us during the interview, we believe that you will be also lying during this visa interview. And this is what we really don't want. We cannot send anybody to visa interview who we believe will be lying. Okay?
Yeah. So thank you. So actually, you are offering so many facilities like the like the public universities, to be honest, and the tuition fee is also affordable.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate. And the thing is, like many students actually don't know it. They pay more in our private university in our country even the payment you are taking.
Exactly. So
Consider.
that's why Budapest Metropolitan is a very good option to many of our students, many of the students, and you also have to see that we are a magnet to international students. This is how I can tell you. Even if we have the COVID-19 challenge, we were really flexible, I would say. We already offer the online courses to students. Students already started this. And I would say that this is a good offer for international students.
Yeah. So thank you, and I thank you very much. Like I knew you were very busy today, but I wanted to keep Fast International in first to
Yeah.
talk to you and we support our students. That's why I
Okay.
choose a earlier date.
Okay, no problem. I hope it suited the students. So as a wrap up, I would like to thank you for the kind invitation. I would like to thank students who were following us online, and also as a wrap up, as in a summary, I would like to point out again the most important things about Budapest Metropolitan. Hungary is located in Central Europe. You will get a Schengen zone visa and also a residence permit with which you can travel freely in the Schengen zone. hopefully, inshallah, when the restrictions, travel restrictions will be over, the full Europe will be opening up to you. Budapest Metropolitan is offering low tuition fees. Remember the Northumbria program with which you can go to the UK. Remember the Erasmus Plus program with which you can go to practically any country in the in the Schengen zone or and in Europe that you want to go to. And also, finally, I was talking to you about the Florida Gulf Country Club program that provides you a traineeship, a paid internship program to the US. So please remember that if you want to go to any of these countries, but for some reason you are unable to go there, the best piece of advice I can give you to never give up your dreams. It's really important that you should never give up your dreams, but always try to reach your dreams in any other way. Maybe your way is leading you to Hungary. Maybe you will end up at Budapest Metropolitan. But each and every day, you should remember this, that you should be getting closer to your dreams, but you should be working hard to achieve your dreams. And I believe Budapest Metropolitan can provide you by step to get closer to your dreams. Okay?
Yeah. So I think the last question from us to you is that, is there any conditions for students to make credit transfer from Hungary,
Yeah.
like from Budapest Metropolitan University to UK or USA or any other countries?
Yes. So credit transfer is really much a common practice among universities. So let me tell you the typical scenarios. Maybe you are a university student in Bangladesh now. You are in year 2, so in the second year. You want to transfer to Budapest. All you have to do is to provide us your transcript. We will check that transcript and then we will tell you how many credits we accepted. And the same happens when you are a Budapest Metropolitan student and you want to transfer to any of the European universities. Please remember that we have a common framework. It's called European Credit Transfer System, ECTS for short. And this gives an kind of an easy pathway to students to switch from one university to the other. Today I was talking to you about the Erasmus Plus mobility program. The background of this of the Erasmus mobility program is this European credit transfer system that you go to one university and then you go back to your home university or yes, home university, and all the credit will be accepted to you. You don't really have to worry about that. So this is really important in Europe, and you have to remember this.
Yeah, so thank you very much. And uh, if new questions come and like new queries from students, we may have another session later.
That would be wonderful. And also, what I can promise that if I hear some insider info regarding the Hungarian embassy that's going to open in Dhaka, I will definitely share that with you because it will give everybody understand it will give a boost to Bangladeshi students coming to Hungary. So I cannot tell you that it's going to open in January for sure. Maybe it will, but even if it opens, don't expect that they will be in full operation because you understand how business. It's like a business. Even if they take some cases, they might not be able to tackle all the cases. Obviously, they want to, but it might not happen overnight. Okay.
Yeah, so thank you very much. We
All
appreciate
right.
your presence. Yeah. So
So thank you for the kind invitation. All right.
yeah,
So
thank you.
bye.
Right.
Bye to my friends as well. Take care. Bye. Bye.
So that's all for today. Thank you everybody to join here, and we appreciate your presence. If you have any more questions, you can inbox us or you can visit our office to know in details. The session was only made to share some questions so that the students can be benefited. Actually, all the answers are known to us. We know all the things, and the session was made and the question was made so that you can be clear of. So we will be online. We will be live again with another university. So for that, if you are interested, stay connected, stay tuned, stay with Fast International. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.